I'm Father Robert Ballister, the digital Jesuit, host of This Week at Enterprise Tech. I'm here at Enterprise Connect 2017 in Orlando, Florida, and I've got the pleasure of sitting next to Mr. Patrick Joggerst. These names are going to get to me, but that will now be in my brain. Now, you're with GENBAND.
Yes.
What is GENBAND?
So GENBAND is a company, it's really been a consolidation of a number of players. Probably the biggest one that this audience is familiar with is actually a lot of the legacy Nortel assets. So the company itself has been around for about 12 years, and we've got probably the widest patent portfolio of real-time communications in the industry. It's been a purposeful kind of collection of companies, including assets from Nokia, from an SBC company called Nextone. Reef Point had a session management company. So it's a number of assets put together that's created the company that we are today. So there is the kind of the one part of our company that is very much focused on infrastructure to large operators, which is really how do they modernize their network and keep them relevant in an all IP world. The second part of the company, which is really all of our cloud communication services that we've actually branded Candy, which is wholly owned by GENBAND, but that's really what we're focusing on here at this show today, Candy.
Now, it's interesting that you're talking about this integration. You're talking about the deployments of modern communications networks. In the past, an upgrade would have been considered a convenience. It offers a few more features, but today it's table stakes. You can't operate with a legacy network anymore. I mean, you can, but you are at an incredible disadvantage. What are some of the holdups, the last holdouts who don't want to migrate away from their legacy network? What have you seen? How have you helped them?
I think it's really fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? And the idea of, and the perception that the asset that they have is free, that they're not spending any money on it. But you literally, so we just were fortunate enough to win a large opportunity with our partner Blackbox and Verizon at the Pentagon. So we're upgrading all of the phone systems that were legacy Avaya or Nortel at the Pentagon to more modern IP technology. It's interesting that the general we're working with specifically said, this is a modernization project, it's not an upgrade. It's a different way of looking at business. So we actually had a tour of the Pentagon and looked at the infrastructure and the amount of space that they had was mammoth. It's shrinking down to literally a server. The amount of power that they spent, the amount of heating and cooling, it's just tremendous waste of energy and waste of space. So all of those hidden costs, as well as just ongoing maintenance of a legacy infrastructure, is something that I think more and more enterprises and large carriers are saying, look, we know we need to make a move. They're going to do it over time. The other thing that's actually been a trigger for some of these is the lack of people who have the skills and abilities to maintain legacy equipment. They're retiring. So that actually has been, for some of our, on the carrier side of our business, a lot of the carriers saying, look, I'm losing the skills and ability that I have, and I can't train somebody on 30-year-old technology. The millennials I'm bringing to the business, I need to train them on the new IP world. So that's also been a trigger. I tell you, it's a journey. It's something that I've been in telecom for 35 years. I thought we will have been upgraded to new technology by now, and we're probably about 2 years into a 10-year planning curve and horizon. So there's still a lot of change yet to be had.
I think that's one of the best things that a vendor like GENBAND can bring, which is to locate the hidden costs and to actually show them, look, this is not just newer of the same thing. This is an entirely different way of doing business. Yep. And along with that comes all the hidden advantages that you don't yet know about. Now, speaking of the hidden advantages, I understand you've got a few announcements for the show.
We do indeed. One of the things that we did, I mentioned the Pentagon. So the reason why we were able to earn the business of the Pentagon is we had JITC certification for our application server. We've gone from just the local certification to an enterprise-wide certification. Now, why is that important? It's important because together with our partner Polycom, being JITC certified, we're now able to serve like the national capital region. We can expand beyond just a single premise into more of a data center or even a cloud environment to serve large secure agencies like inside of the DoD. That's one of them. The other part of our business that's, as I mentioned, Candy, is really where we're not just helping customers and carriers actually transform their business to IP, we're actually helping them find new ways of monetizing their network once they've modernized it. So what we've created with Candy is really a platform as a service that allows a carrier or a system integrator to be able to take parts of communication and build applications and actually embed that inside of workflows, right? So one of the things we're announcing is actually something we're calling our Smart Office 3.2, which allows a system integrator or carrier to take technologies that are already deployed into an enterprise, like Skype for Business, or a Cisco backend, or even a BroadSoft, and actually present in a UC client one unified experience. So you could literally, and we're showing this actually in Verizon's booth, we're showing a Cisco backend with Spark and WebEx embedded into one app. So you're taking the IMAN presence and you're taking the carrier's voice and video. So the carrier is once again not being a victim of these new entrants like Twilio kind of sucking the value out of their network. They're actually capturing that and being able to play in a way that they really need to stay relevant.
Let's say that I'm an IT manager at a typical enterprise, and I'm looking at this migration. I'm looking at this upgrade, at this modernization. What are the questions that you would ask me to help me understand what I don't know?
I would ask you, how quickly can you get going? And really, what are the priorities in terms of how you can quickly get out of the existing infrastructure you have? I would ask you really, what's the end date of your maintenance agreements on the existing stuff that you have? I would ask you, what's your readiness and willingness to move to a smart client versus having to have handsets everywhere? And I'll give you an example. We're working with the City of Los Angeles, so this to me is fascinating. We've got about 25,000 seats that we've sold, about half of that already deployed. But the CIO made an interesting decision. She said, I'm not going to give end users phones. I bought a bunch of phones, they're in the closet. That's provided by the CIO is the soft client on your laptop. If you want a phone, go justify that to your boss. So I think it's an enterprise manager, a CIO for an enterprise, you're empowered to kind of look at doing the business differently, right? She's also taken advantage of the Candy platform that we've got to actually do some very simple things in terms of integrating web technology into the network. So if you go today to the City of Los Angeles website, you're going to be able to click to call everybody on that website, whether it's a dog catcher in West Hollywood, whether it's Mayor Garcetti's office. Even if you want to, from that website, hit his Facebook page and then actually ask a question and get promoted to a video call with his office, you can do that all from our WebRTC technology, which is embedded on their website right now. So it's really taking UC and just saying, look, of course, anybody can provide a UC cloud experience. A lot of companies can do that, right? We're actually taking our Candy platform as a service and integrating the web experience, the desktop experience, much more intimately than I think other vendors are doing right now.
Patrick, this is fascinating. Anytime we get a glimpse at actual deployments, I know it gets everyone excited. Now, if they want to find out more about GenBanD, they want to find out more about how you can help them, about how you can help their next deployment, where should they go?
Please go to www.genband.com, and by the way, on there you're going to see a click to call button and you'll be able to get to the right person inside of the company who can answer your question. Or myself, Patrick Joggerst, always reach out to me, patrick.joggerst@genband.com.
Patrick, again, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for the knowledge, and thank you for stopping by. Don't forget, we've got more from Enterprise Connect 2017.